is in full swing, and so is the NBA. Hey, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. And a look now at San Antonio's upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Houston Rockets. And then on Wednesday, they'll tip it off, a road trip beginning in Oklahoma City where they'll take on the Thunder.
And looking at the Utah matchup, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll. And the Houston Rockets starting five.
Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. And it's Van Vliet in at the one. And for San Antonio, we'll see Barnes and Sohan playing forward. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Kessel. And it's Wembanyama in at the center. Coaching staffs, Clark, have certainly grown since your time in the league. Do you think that can lead to too many voices in the locker room?
I really don't think that's an issue, Kevin, because no matter how many coaches you have, typically they are all in sync, and the head coach has usually put his staff together, and therefore they're moving in the same direction.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Castle. Here's Barnes. 4 on the shot clock. Puts up a deep three. Wow, drew the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
First team foul.
The Spurs shooting their first free throws of the night.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
3 shots. 3 shots.
And he hits the first of 3. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Thanks, guys. Well, the Spurs with some experienced additions, bringing in Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes, their mentorship is likely just as valuable to this young roster as their contributions on the court. And with legendary head coach Greg Popovich, they're creating an environment for growth in San Antonio. They're really building things the right way, guys.
All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. And he makes all 3. You know, Clark, the Rockets have done a good job building a young foundation to this roster.
Yeah, I like what they've done, Kevin. They made big strides last season, and it's a team that's really growing up right in front of our eyes, and there's no reason that they can't continue the trend they're on. It's a shot some guys don't like, but Van Vliet gets it dialed in.
Pass to Castle. Van Vliet against Paul. Sohan, the pass to Wembanyama. Over Şengün. And he can't bank that one in. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Greg Popovich and I talked for a few minutes. I asked him how they plan on bottling up Jalen Green. Now, he said, we have to try and stay in front of him and protect the rim. Jalen is an explosive athlete and an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket, so keeping him out of the paint won't be easy. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, David. And here is Paul, following Fred VanVleet's 3. Ball against VanVleet. From the stripe. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Chris Paul's so good at working for his points. Even if the defense is on his back, challenging them, he still finds a way to finish.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And last season's numbers show him at about an 83% clip, which is far better than most.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake. Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Van Vliet with it. Chris Paul covering. Misses from short range. Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against Memphis.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Once that happens, then you're in trouble.
And it's Sohan missing. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. They trail by 1. There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Can't hit from in close. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And he makes that one.
And nicknamed Big Body, Johnson doesn't shy away from contact, using that size and strength to gut through it.
Now here's Green. Really played well against Memphis in his last outing. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. The Rockets again can't hit.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Castle, covered by Van Vliet. Here's Paul, takes it off the glass. Paul's got 5 now.
Paul knows exactly which angle he wants to take on that shot inside. That just comes from great awareness.
Here's Van Vliet. Up and in on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Wembanyama. Open jump shot off the mark. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Spurs lead by 3. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Harrison Barnes is out there with Wembanyama. Then it's Jones. Then it's Johnson. And it's Branham in at the 2 spot. That's the San Antonio 5. Here's Wembanyama. Following the score by Houston. Johnson finds Wembanyama. Over Whitmore. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Smooth shot release. Wembanyama, the ball looks so good leaving his hands.
Here's Şengün. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. Clark, looking at the growth and skill set of Şengün, he could be special.
I agree 100%, partner. He's got an instinct for the game that you just can't teach. The passing, the ball fakes, the pace at which he plays, it's all there. Feels like he could have the same kind of development trajectory as Jokic. We'll see.
He's off on the first.
Tell you what, Alperen Şengün is a big with the modern-day game. He scores in bunches inside, but he also can pass it and shoot it from the perimeter, too.
And the Rockets making a change here. Brooks checked in. He hits the second from the line. Incredible for his age, the decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game. Great decision there. Get it to Wembanyama and let Victor finish as the roller.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
Now on the court is your Astronaut. Get loud and let them hear it. Who wants a T-shirt?
Zach Collins checked in for San Antonio. And a switch here also for Houston. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Shepherd. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
Now here's Jones, following the miss by Dillon Brooks. Brooks against Jones. Shot clock at 6. Here's Branham. Comes up empty down low. Rockets trail by 4. Now Brooks. Another guy who really kicked it up a notch for his team in that Grizzlies game. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Collins. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance that saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. Count that one from VanVleet.
You can't play off of VanVleet too much because he'll burn you off the catch and shoot.
Jones looking for an opening. Pass to Wembanyama. Wembanyama deadly inside.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Spurs leading by 3. Kicks it out to Jones. Here's Branham. Whitmore defending. Branham good.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And so VanVleet will bring it up for the Rockets. They're getting their first look at the season at San Antonio in this one.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. 2 teams in the bottom half of the conference as far as respect goes. They're both scratching and clawing to try to get a little more of that respect.
The Rockets have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. And that one falls for Brooks. Well, Clark, we hear a lot about the antics with Brooks, but he deserves more attention for his play.
I agree, especially on the defensive end, Kevin. He's one of the top perimeter defenders in the league, and some of what his antics are flowing out of is his competitive spirit. I still think he needs to tamp down the antics because that does take away from what he does, which is lock guys up and play with great competitive spirit all the time.
Sohan inside, working on Smith. Wembanyama, a screen on Van Vliet. Hall's shot is off. Rockets trail by 4. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Green passes to Şengün, and he uses the glass on the lane. Şengün's got 5 points now this quarter.
Defense on top of Şengün inside, but he uses his agility to overcome it.
Pass to Barnes. Here's Wembanyama. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Wembanyama's got 10 points. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the Spurs. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, in a close game, what makes the difference in the second half?
Lots of things, you know. It's a game of mistakes. It's a game of playing well. Who knows?
Always love your philosophy, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Good to be with you for halftime. Let's check in on the NBA action coming up later tonight. The Nuggets playing at Ball Arena as they go up against the Clippers. 5 p.m. Eastern for the tip-off in that one.
Either team could come away with the W and win this one.
And we now take a look at the Houston Rockets and the close first half they've played.
For as bad as they've been inside, I can't believe it's this close. I hope coach is letting them know. No points in the paint, no W.
Says the man who only got points in the paint. But then again, 4 rings don't lie, big fella.
Thank you, Ernie.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Red Van Vliet really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Starting the second half, here's Ime Udoka's 5. The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. And it's Van Vliet in at the point.
Here we go again. Van Vliet cooking and looking to shoot as much as he can.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
The Rockets trail. Pass to Şengün.
Don't let him shoot that.
Outside, Green. And here is Van Vliet.
I'm open right here.
Here's Brooks. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Houston needs to get a shot off for the lead. Rebounded by the Spurs. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Paul passes to Sohan. Paul, a screen on Smith. Here's Sohan. Drills the three-pointer. Sohan's got the lead up to 5 now for San Antonio.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Ball against Van Vliet. It's rebounded by Paul. Spurs leading by 5. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Barnes passes to Sohan. Wembanyama, a screen on Smith. Top of the key. Hassel misses.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
His size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What you got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talent, so you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, DA. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report. Houston making a switch. Thompson's checked in. With this chance, let's show you the league's most intimidating shot blocking defenses from last season. In the third spot, the Spurs.
I don't think you can ever underestimate the effect that a few block shots can have on your opponent. I mean, it can get into your head as an offensive player. You're going in there thinking you've got a clear path, and then you see the ball going behind you in reverse. I mean, that could be major intimidation and affect your game.
And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Şengün. 2 points. That one goes. Şengün's got his third basket of the night.
At home in the paint, Alperen Şengün has great footwork.
So, Greg, the Spurs last year began 15 and 56, but it was the ending that they're really hanging their head on. They won 7 of their last 11 games.
And over that closing stretch, Wemby averaged 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. A small glimpse into the potential of this young superstar.
Now here's Paul. Following the miss by Jabari Smith. Collins wide open. He fires. Drains it from beyond the arc. Collins has got his first 3 points of the game.
Paul, one of the very best passers in the game, and he gives it to you right on time and on target.
Ring shot on the way. A second chance effort. And it's finished off by Smith as he lays it in.
Boy, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board, because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Collins dishes to Paul. Shoots over Van Vliet. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Takes a three. Connects from three-point range. Now just a three-point Spurs lead. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's San Antonio up 3. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter, what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Wembanyama. Also Collins out there. Jones is out there with Keldon Johnson. And it's Branham in at the 2 guard. That's the San Antonio 5. Here's Johnson. And he banks in the layup. Johnson's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for San Antonio.
Can't allow Johnson to get that deep. Once he's there, he's going to be able to score.
Pass to Van Vliet. The 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Jones, the pass to Branham. Outside, Jones launches a 3. Brooks grabs the board. Houston's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And Green now, top of the key. Van Vliet outside. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. Both teams will make substitutions. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. Now, Coach told his guys it's not over until it's over. He asked them to stay sharp out there and to keep fighting. If we lose this, it's on us, he said. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Wembanyama, a screen to the paint. Oh, Wembanyama, too easy.
And this is why many are excited about Wembanyama's future. Such a unique, versatile player and scorer.
Smith outside. Back to Van Vliet. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Here's Sohan. Got it. Good job in the low post. And it's a 6-point Spurs lead. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Rockets. 1:58 left to play here in the fourth. In transition, here come the Spurs. Barnes can't get it to go. Rockets trail by 6. To the inside. Houston moving it around. For 3, Smith. Smith sets the pick for Green. And the shot is good.
It's as though Green always has more left in his tank. He digs deep and finds the bucket.
Pass to Wembanyama. They double team Wembanyama. Sohan finds Barnes. Paul with the ball. Covered by Van Vliet. On the clock. Wembanyama, a screen. And it's Sohan missing. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
And this is a statement bucket. If you weren't excited about Smith already, how about now?
Now here's Paul. Down low. Wembanyama. Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Van Vliet, and it's off the back rim, no good. And he commits the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Houston on D, 4-point game. They double him with Green, and it's Barnes at the elbow. Here's Wembanyama.
How do you like that? I mean, the rookie stepping up big time.
34 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Near the three-point line, it's Van Vliet. Barnes grabs the miss.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Shooting two.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he is unable to get the second one. Rockets on offense. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 5. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
They're trying to stay alive. They've got to work quickly.
They're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Van Vliet can't get it to go. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Jalen Green, first personal foul. 15 foul. Castle, shooting 2.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. And so it's San Antonio with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, what does a win like this do for you at this time of the season?
Hopefully it gives us a little momentum. We got a tough stretch coming up. We got our back-to-back next week, so hopefully it just gives us a little momentum.
We'll see if he can keep it going again. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now we present the player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.